Many of these young men and women became leaders in their own fields. Former Ambassador Melquiades Gamboa, former Foreign Affairs Secretary Narciso Ramos, the father of former Philippine President Fidel Ramos, former President of Silliman University, Dr. Leopoldo Ruiz, Mrs. Asuncion Perez, who became the Commissioner of Social Welfare and a member of President Elpidio Quirino's cabinet. She holds the honor of being the first Filipino woman to head an executive department. Even the proprietor of Max's Chicken, Mr. Maximo Jimenez, attended at Central. There are many more, and they passed on a legacy of greatness and faithfulness. In 1920, Reverend Hauser reported in the annual conference, and I quote, "Central Church has had its best year. A revival spirit has possessed us all," unquote. Then he said, "We ought to begin work at once on the construction of the new Central Church, as the present building is too small." The new edifice of Central Church was designed by Juan M. Arellano, later recognized as the Dean of Filipino Architects. The church building was constructed at the cost of 150,000 pesos. In March 1933, in the annual conference held at San Nicolas, Pangasinan, an issue pertaining to the moral fitness of one of the ministers in active service was decided. However, the Methodist Episcopal Church in America, through its hierarchy, pronounced a decision that was opposed to the decision of the conference in the Philippines. The church was split.
During my youth, there was this split in the Methodist Church because the former pastor of Central Church, Samuel W. Stagg, and his wife, because of some basic disagreements with the Methodist Church, Methodist Episcopal Church pa noon, decided to make a split.
The immorality issue was a valid point of contention, but the self-determination of the church in the Philippines from the church in America was a more pertinent question. On April 13, 1933, a Sunday, a sizable part of the Central Church congregation, including all the members of the board, walked out as a sign of protest. Despite the painful and difficult experience, this brought forth something good. Another church, Cosmopolitan Church. Central Church was left with less than 50 members, but in a year's time, they were able to recover, and the Sunday worship attendance averaged at 250 again. When World War II in the Pacific broke out on December 7, 1941, Central Student Church was being pastored by Dr. Francis Brush. In January, Reverend Benjamin I. Gonsing assisted Reverend Brush and soon took over as pastor when the American pastor was confined at the Japanese internment camp. In April 1944, because of the dangerous situation, the official board proposed joint services with Cosmopolitan, First Baptist, and Ellenwood Malate Church. However, before this could materialize, air raids over Manila became frequent. On January 1945, with the arrival of General MacArthur, the Japanese command ordered the evacuation of Central Church for their use. In the Battle of Manila, Central Church was left in ruins. things have been said about the Central Church youth in these troubled times. They were nationalistic and courageous.
Ang mga estudyante talaga, they came together to fight against the Japanese Imperial Army. They were very nationalistic, how they loved their country, and many were killed.
Many of the leaders at Central joined the underground forces which fought against the Japanese. Many died. Mr. Emilio Llanes, a church organist, Mr. Cirilo Perez of the official board, Mr. Guerrero, a Sunday school teacher, and many others.
Also participated in the anti-Japanese movement. Si Mr. Perez himself and Mrs. Perez, who were both incarcerated in Fort Santiago. And pinahirapan silang mag-asawa doon. Ayun, Mr. Perez did not survive it because pinatay siya. He was taken to the North Cemetery along with the others, with the Elizaldes and so on.
Some were political prisoners and were later honored as war heroes. Miss Esther Bellarmino and Mr. Mamerto Buenafe.
I fought in Bataan. I survived the infamous death march. I survived the snake pit that was known as the Kappas concentration camp.
Indeed, Central Church is the home of heroes. That is why the Student Center is also referred to as the Heroes Hall. With the church building in ruins, the surviving members of Central worshipped at Knox Memorial Church on Rizal Avenue for about 5 years. But their commitment to the restoration of Central Church remained with them and would be fulfilled in the years to come. On February 21, 1949, Bishop Jose L. Valencia presided over a meeting in which the first post-war board of Central was constituted. With the transfer of the University of the Philippines to Diliman, it was deemed necessary to change the name of the church to Central Church. In the same meeting, Bishop Ralph Cushman, in behalf of the Council of Bishops in the United States, pledged the amount of $100,000 for the reconstruction work of Central Church. On Christmas Day, the new church was opened to the public. Reverend Charles Mosebrook was named pastor of Central Church. He was the last American pastor of Central Church. After his retirement in 1968, the pastorate was Filipinized. The first 3 Filipino pastors at Central were Benjamin Gonzin, Philip Del Rosario, and Maynardo Jose. This was a victory for the Filipino Methodists, but we have yet to fully realize our independence as a Philippine church. This year, the movement for the autonomy of the Methodist Church in the Philippines is being pursued anew, and Central Church will hopefully be at the forefront of this revolutionary transformation.